Math placement tool is called a tool rather than exam because when a student is taking it, it's giving them a tool to figure out which math they should take. It is a great indicator of a student's performance, and so we really want you to try your hardest and really put out there what you know. So you may need to study first, but again, it's not an exam, so it's not like placing you. You're not going to get a score per se.
My experience with the math placement tool was very beneficial. It was really helpful in placing me in where I really needed to be, especially for the upcoming year and for my right into my math major program.
Well, for me, I'm not so great at math, so it was important for me to really work on those skills and know where I needed to brush up on those skills in order to be successful in math classes here at CSU. One thing that I wish that I would have known about the math placement tool is that there was going to be quite a few concepts. You really need to study those concepts, practice, practice, practice as much as you can. Have your parents quiz you, have a friend quiz you, something like that.
In order to prepare, I got out my pre-calc notes and set aside a certain amount of time uninterrupted so that I could complete the math placement tool and do my best. The math placement website has additional resources for students to help prepare for the math placement tool as well.
You really need to take the math placement tool before orientation. Math is one of those classes that students need in their first 2 semesters. And so you wouldn't really be able to register for math unless you have taken it before orientation. If you have AP credits, IB credits, transfer credits that are coming in, we don't get those until the end of summer, and so you won't even be able to register for math if you already have those. So take the math placement tool.
Completing the math placement tool made it less stressful when going into orientation because I knew that I'd be able to register for exactly what classes I wanted and at what times I wanted them for my fall semester.
Initially, I didn't really know the true importance of the math placement tool before orientation. It was really a few weeks beforehand when I met with my advisor, really talked through it, that I was able to understand that I really do need this math placement tool to put me in the place where I need to be for the upcoming semesters.
So CSU Math Department on their website has a math plan. In order to find out what math you need to take for your major, you can just go to the math plan, input your major, and it will tell you specifically what math classes that you need for that major. If you're undeclared, you can put some majors that you're interested in, and that will give you some ideas of what math you'll need to take in order to declare that major.
So most of the courses that you take as an incoming freshman for engineering, such as physics and chemistry, are impacted by the math placement tool because you need those prerequisites to get into certain classes, and then as you get further, there's a lot of prerequisites and co-requisites, and so starting off strong by having the math placement tool completed allows you to have a good course schedule.
I needed the math placement tool in order to test into or place into Math 117, which will allow me to take Math 118, Math 124, and then eventually later down the road be able to take chemistry and statistics.
With the math placement tool, I was able to test out of all the previous pre-calculus courses, so I didn't have to retake those and kind of re-experience the courses that I already took. And what that did is it let me explore the whole world of calculus. It let me take courses like Calc 1, Calc 2, eventually things like linear algebra, and all these other fields of mathematics that probably would have been pushed back a little without this math placement tool, placing me in the right place I needed to be.
The biggest tip that I would give is to make sure that you're preparing and have intention when you're completing the math placement tool because it does affect a lot of your coursework as you're coming into CSU. And so doing a good job on it really matters and it will impact you in your future and not just in the present.
So the services and processes I used to help with the math placement tool, first off namely was my advisor who really helped me understand the tool, understand what it actually was. You know, understanding that it's not an exam, it's an actual tool to help you place where you need to be. And you know, the other resource was the Math Placement Tools review website, just help you to review over the tool.
So make sure and check your RAMS email account in the summer, once a week at least, and go to RamWeb for more information.